Hello, my lovelies. Elsie here to do your sneak peek for the week. What week is it? I don't know. When you here? When are you showing up here? Is it next week? Is it tomorrow? Is it next year? I don't know. So it'll be for the next 7 days. That much I know. And I'm grateful that you're here. Thanks so much for clicking here. I do have 12 decks to my left, and I'm going to read a little bit from each of them for each of the Zodiac. Going to find out what might be coming up in the next 7 days. Keep in mind it is a general reading. Don't let a reading drag you around, tell you what's going to happen, right? Come here and use your discernment. You'll know what's right and what's not for you. Just listen to your intuition. So I'm going to read from this deck, and then I'm going to put everything down in the description below this video. You will see all the timings there. If you are on a device that doesn't allow you to see the chapters and just scroll the chapters, then please go into the description. If you just click on the name of the video, this whole thing opens and all the timings are there. Thank you so much for the way you supported me in my 2-week pre-recorded reading sale. That is over now. It ended at midnight on the 4th. Thank you so much for those of you who booked. It was lovely reading for you. Private reads are still open, and they always are. And if you would like a pre-recorded reading, or if you would like to speak to me live, you can do that as well. The live readings are always on sale, by the way, anywhere between 5 and 75% off, depending on whether we have spoken on the phone or not. But even if you're a returning client, you still will get some, you'll still get a deal. All right. I think that's all I got to blah, blah about. Let's get to it. Aries, what's going on? How's it going for you? You still got all the planets are up in your business, Aries. How is it going? Let's find out what's going on for you, friends. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. This is for the next 7 days, Aries. Let's find out what's going on for Aries. It is a beautiful day here, and I got a window right here. It's really lovely. All right. Let's find out what's going on with my fire family. I think I keep telling you guys, I'm a Taurus, but I'm like 80% fire in my chart. I'm sure you guessed that by now. Let's find out what's going on for you, Aries, for the next 7 days, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter signs. Ooh, the death card's in the reverse. What are you avoiding? Somebody here is avoiding transformation. I don't think you like change. I think that I'm speaking to an Aries who is not a fan of change. And the death card in the reverse tells me that you've been avoiding it. I feel like you've been avoiding some sort of transformation here. We do have the 9 of Pentacles showing up in the reverse. It does feel like... I'm going to say that with this change, that you, my friend, will have far more confidence. If you decide that you want to let something go, or you want to let a chapter close, I feel like it pays off for you. With the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse, it's like, I'm not exactly sure if I want to end this. I'm not exactly sure if I'm ready for what it takes for the transformation. Feels like a little bit of... self-confidence worry. Like, am I ready for this? Let's find out what's going on here. We've got the Wanderer. Now, this is the Wandering Moon Tarot. I'll show you the back here. Wandering Moon Tarot. And this card, the Wanderer, is actually specific to this deck. And the Wanderer is somebody who has realized that there's more to life than just work, eat, sleep, and doom scroll and bed rot. There's way more things. Somebody here is realizing that they have a connection not only with the earth, but with the universe, that you're literally, as Neil deGrasse Tyson would say, you're literally made of stardust. I think you're just starting to realize that. Somebody here is on the awakening, but look, awakenings are terrifying. And it's not all butterflies and rainbows. It's a little bit terrifying, I'm going to say. And I feel like that's why the death card is in the reverse. I feel like all of these planets that are up in your business right now are causing a stir, causing a lot of things, systems and belief systems to break down. And I feel like it's time to step into something new, but you're not entirely sure of it. Yeah, I think you're going to sit back and watch for a little bit. We've got the Page of Swords. I think you're going to sit back and watch for a little while yet, observe from a distance, learn more things, figure out exactly what might be, what are the implications of the death card being in the upright. Because either you're going to have to change everything, or a door's going to close and you will never be the same person that you were before. And so I feel like that's terrifying. Look, it was terrifying. I went through it. It is pretty terrifying. Let's talk about the death card in the reverse. We got the Lovers. It feels like somebody here is wondering, do I end that relationship? What are the impacts of the choice I'm about to make? Tell me about the lovers. We've got the King of Cups all under the surface here, Aries. You could have possibly a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer connection here. We've got the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, but what I do know is that I'm not ready or willing to put any more time, effort, or energy into this, into the way things are right now. So I think you're at a precipice of making a choice as to whether you want to completely change who you are, change it all up, end something, begin something new. The Lovers could indicate a choice is around the corner, and the choice is, are you actually going to allow the Death card to do its thing? The thing is you can only hold off the major arcanas for so long before the Tower gets involved. So I feel like this is going to be something that you need, that the universe is asking you, are you going to make the choice, or are you going to make me force you? Because I think that that's what's going on here. The Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, I feel like with the King of Cups next to it, it feels like you're emotionally at this place where I think I have put in everything that I can put in emotionally at this point. I'm not willing to work on it. I'm not willing to put any more time, effort, energy, or money into it. I don't know what it is. You maybe want to tell me. Let's find out what's going on here. We've got the Four of Wands. It does feel like somebody here is avoiding going to the next level, because look, the next level can be very lonely, because not everybody can come to the next level when you outgrow a space. And the Death card in the reverse is telling me you're about to outgrow a space. It feels like you want to go to the next level, but you know that going to the next level is going to mean that you need to be the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is the person who just lays it all out, right? It's Aquarius energy. I don't care how you feel about it. I'm just going to give you the truth. And the truth is, it's going to be hard to go to the next level because you got to cut some things out. Maybe people, maybe a job. Please don't cut out a job until you have a new one. I'm just saying. You've got the King of Swords, and that's bringing up Judgment. Oh my gosh. For real. Yeah. The universe is not playing with you. No. I just don't think you're ready to play. Honestly, I don't think you're into playing anymore. So the Judgment card here tells me this opportunity keeps coming around, Aries. It keeps coming, showing up, staring you in the face and saying, hey, are you ready yet? Is it time for the transformation that you've been talking about? And so maybe you're like, I've already made enough changes. Yeah, I'm sure you have. Absolutely, I'm sure you have. But it feels like the universe is like, but do you really mean it? Because the Death card is still in the reverse. So the ultimate transformation is around the corner. So the Judgment card is telling you, I would say not asking you, the major arcanas never ask you. They tell you that when you make the decision to speak up, be truthful, be honest, regardless of the consequences that happen around you, you will indeed go to the next level. But the next level may not be a place where everyone else gets to follow you. You might have to go on that journey alone. Because look, the King of Swords is Aquarius. That's someone outside the box. That's the lone wolf. That's the Lone Ranger, right? So I feel like this Judgment card here is telling me that your life is going to look completely different. You're going to go on a different path, and you're going to do a whole 180 here. It's going to look very different, and I think that is what is stopping you from actually taking action on the Judgment card. So we have the Knight of Cups. And so I feel like somebody is in a situation, a job, a relationship, a friendship, whatever it is that's going on in your life. It feels like you're in a situation where you're like, it'll get better. It's fine. It'll get better. I'll just wait a bit. You sound like someone who has some fixed energy, or, you don't have to have fixed energy to not move right away, but it does feel like somebody who is in a bit of illusion. Because for me, the Knight of Cups is the one that is falling in love with potential. It has the potential to be great. It has the potential to be fine, Elsie. It'll be fine. I'll just wait it out. Because the Knight of Moons, or the Knight of Moons, moons are cups. The Knight of Cups is the one that is the passive knight. I'm just going to meander for a while. I'll take some detours. I'll wait for it to change. All right, so tell me what the outcome is for Aries. We've got the High Priestess in the reverse. Eeks. Eeks, that's the secret coming to the surface. King of Wands is here. I think what is coming to the surface is something you had not considered before. The fact that you have enough wisdom to do whatever you want to raise your own kingdom. We have the Knight of Swords. I don't think that this whole thing is going to hang on for much longer. It feels like somebody is like hanging on for dear life to something that they know they have to let go of in order for life to change. It always gets worse before it gets better, and that's the truth. And we have the High Priestess in the reverse, who's here to bring something to the surface, to tell you the answer to a secret. Tell me about the High Priestess. We've got the Six of Wands. The High Priestess is revealing to you that you will have victory. We've got the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Look, if you aren't brave enough to leave your comfort zone, you don't get any of it. But I'll tell you what, when the Death card shows up in the reverse, that means that if you're not going to change, if you're avoiding the transformation, you are about to go through a tower. Because if that's the only way that the universe can move you, the universe is their job is to keep you on track, right? On track of the path that you wrote, right? So regardless, next comes the tower if you're not really willing to make any changes. So we have Pisces energy. We have Pisces and Virgo. We have Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. We have Aries energy. We've got Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. Yeah, the Knight of Wands showed up right next to the Four of Cups. Four of Cups is a comfort zone. Knight of Wands is like, be brave and get out of your comfort zone. We've got Cancer, got Scorpio, more Pisces energy, and Gemini energy. I think you're going to make a really quick move. I feel like it's like a move that you're not planning, but maybe it's gone through your mind over and over again. I feel like if you don't move, though, I feel like you will be forced to do so. That's what it feels like. Taurus, happy birthday. How are ya? I hope you're well. All right, let's find out what's going on. If you are having a birthday, let me know in the comments. I've been enjoying seeing who is having a birthday and how they're celebrating. Let's find out what's going on for you, Taurus. My bull gang, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the next 7 days. Tell me about Taurus. Taurus, we begin with the Page of Pentacles. Opportunity, is it? Something coming to life here? The Three of Pentacles. Let's keep moving here. The Devil's here. And then we have the Two of Wands. Okay, stuck at the crossroads. Taurus, I feel like you feel immovable, which is kind of you, right? It feels like a little bit immovable. It feels like this Three of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is an opportunity to make something so. To, instead of having it in the mind, Two of Swords, Two of Wands, right? Instead of having it in the mind, it's time to take action and move away from the Two of Wands, which is the place where we kind of get stuck sometimes, right? This can be a place of a crossroads where you're not really sure what you want to do at this point. I feel like the Page of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles is telling me that there is an opportunity to possibly have cooperation, collaboration with somebody. It feels like a group of people or a community, possibly. It could be a work thing. We do have the Devil here. It feels like you are chained. Maybe you've chained yourself. You are chained to the Two of Wands. I don't think you want to move from here, to be honest. I don't think that you want to move from here. It does feel like, though, with this Page of Pentacles, that there is an opportunity that's about to materialize for you to maybe go out and find partnerships, network with people. It does feel like you're kind of chained to the Two of Wands, though. And the Two of Wands is the crossroads, the place where you don't really, like, you're kind of stuck there. You don't really know what to do. You've got the plan, but you're not sure if you want to execute the plan, right? We've got the Knight of Swords. I feel like somebody's going to communicate with you. We've got the Six of Swords, and we've got the Three of Wands. So in the future, I do feel that somebody is about to communicate with you. And I think that somebody is going to try and coax you out, to go out, to be amongst other people. The Page of Pentacles tells me the message is coming, but with the Knight of Swords here, it feels like somebody's just going to be straightforward. Hey, we're all going out. Are you going to come with us? It feels like the Six of Wands, Six of Swords, actually, tells me that it's already in motion. So I feel like this is already on its way to you. And the Three of Wands tells me it's coming up probably, some of you could be a week, some of it could be 3 weeks. Wands are weeks for me. We've got 6 swords and 1 is 7. That is 7 days for me. Swords are days for me. So it could be coming up in about 7 days. I do believe that you're going to get an offer, an opportunity or an offer to join a bunch of people, and it's a pentacle thing. It's not a love thing, it's a pentacle thing, right? But I feel like you are chained to a plan. Maybe you're working. Yeah, it feels like doubt. I don't really know if I want to do that. Do I really want to do that? We've got the Lovers. We got the Two of Pentacles. The Judgment card is here. What is going on? And we got the Six of Pentacles. Friend, I think that you're going to meet somebody special, is what it looks like. I feel like this this Lovers card has come up with the Two of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. I feel like while you are busy trying to decide whether you are going or whether you are not, because the Two of Pentacles is like, should I, shouldn't I? The Lover's energy, though, is telling me that you could meet someone special. Six of Pentacles, someone special who gives you reciprocal energy, by the way. Judgment card is here, right? So with the Judgment card, it does feel like this is an opportunity that has come to you before. It feels like somebody keeps asking you to go out. Come on, can you go out? Come on, come out with us. And it feels like you keep saying, no, I'd just rather work. No, it's just not. Yeah, it feels like you aren't really interested, is what it feels like. You might be the Empress. You might be somebody who is self-sufficient. I really don't need other people right now. It feels like it's not a want. Like you don't deal with needs anymore, you deal with wants. So it's like it's I don't really want to. That's what it feels like. I feel like with this Judgment card that this person is somebody, the same person keeps asking you. So that might tell you who it is. This same person keeps asking you to go out. Come on out, come have some fun, make a decision. It feels like you are probably going to choose to go because the Lovers is here, but it also feels like you may meet somebody while you're out. Tell me what the outcome is, please. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. I think you'd rather work. I was just saying, I think you'd rather work. Eight of Pentacles. Oh, and the Hierophant. Yeah. And then we've got the Justice card. Oh, Taurus. It's like, I am justified to stay home. I don't really know if I want to. I feel like you might stand on business. Some of you just might pass this opportunity by. And the Eight of Pentacles tells me you might do that. You might go to work. I just said that at 1717. You might work instead of going out and being social with a group of people. I feel like it does feel like if you decide to go, it almost feels like you shift the energy in the room, I'm going to say, because the Hierophant is here next to the Justice card. And it feels like this person keeps inviting you because you're the person who gives stability to the room. It's like you shift the energy in a room, Taurus. And I feel as though there is, that this person feels justified by asking you over and over and over again. I think you're just kind of standing on business. I feel like you're working your business, standing on business. The Hierophant is here. But with Justice here, I feel like somebody just really wants you to come out. I'm just going to put one more card down for the outcome here. Oh, okay. All right. Here we go. If you take this invitation, something is going to shift. Something you're not expecting, something you're not being forced into. I feel like if you decide to go, something is about to shift. So maybe you don't necessarily say no this time. I'm just saying. What's around the corner? Taurus. We've got the High Priestess, Seven of Wands, Three of Cups. Yeah. So it does feel like somebody here, you got your boundaries up, but somebody here is trying to invite you out to have fun. Let's go have a drink. Let's go do whatever it is. And the High Priestess is here saying, I don't know. I'm going to listen to my intuition. I'll get back to you. Yeah, I won't give you an absolute yes. Taurus doesn't like to say yes on the spot anyway. But the High Priestess is like, should I keep up these boundaries or not? Or should I finally stand up and go out? We've got the Seven of Pentacles. I think you're going to wait to answer. But I think you might say yes. Page of Swords is here. I think you might say yes, but I think you're going to take a moment. The Knight of Pentacles is here. I think you're going to take a moment to answer. I don't think you're going to give an immediate yes. But if you decide to go, I think it shifts. It shifts everything for you. And maybe into meeting somebody special. So we've got Virgo, Cancer, we've got Virgo and Pisces here. We've got Taurus energy. Gosh, the light. We've got Taurus energy. We've got Sagittarian energy, Scorpio and Pisces, Libra, Gemini, Taurus, more Gemini energy. We've got Capricorn, Virgo. All right. It's up to you, friend. All right, Gemini. Let's find out what's going on with you, Gemini. Next 7 days, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for my Gemmies. Let's find out what's going on with you, friend. I have a Gemini coming over to visit me next week. Very good friend. I'm going to read for. Let's find out what's going on for Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. For the next 7 days, Gemini, we start with, oh, the Sun. I like it. Tell me what is being revealed here. Oh, okay, the Five of Pentacles is here. Look, I feel like if you've been having money problems, Gemini, if things have been sort of teetering, I feel like your finances are about to grow. It feels like with this is the particular 5 that I'm looking at here. So the 5 of Pentacles, this person's worrying. They're worrying about either being alone, being left out, or it could be financial. But when the Sun is here, it reveals something. It also grows everything. Everything grows under the Sun, right? Tell me more. We've got, oh, the Death card. Something here is about to change. Well, and then the Empress is here too. That word is going to be your word for the next 8 years. Change, because Uranus is visiting for a while, right? It's like the in-laws that you never wanted to come over and they won't leave. It feels like that. Ask me. I know I'm a Taurus. I just told Uranus to leave, and it's gone finally from Taurus. Anyway, so we have the Sun here. We have the 5 of Pentacles. We have the Death card and the Empress. I feel as though you are about to grow exponentially in your stability. I feel like whatever's going on here, the thing is that you got to get through the Death card first, right? You have to get through the transformation, and that's going to be the hard part. And so it does feel like something here is about to change, like hard change, because this is Mars, right? It's hard change. It's destruction, the breaking down of things, and that is going to leave some doors closed that I don't think you're going to open again, Gemini. But the Sun is here. And so everything, it's being done for the purpose of your growth. So for the purpose of growing your happiness, growing your finances. I feel like with the Sun out, as you're going through this transformation here, it's for the purpose of your growth. I think that you're growing into the Empress energy. Look, the Empress energy is feminine leaning, but also please understand that Libra is a masculine sign and feminine energy is Taurus. So this can be feminine or masculine energy. Ultimately, the Empress is a person who's very well-rounded and very stable financially. They're independent. They don't really have to ask anybody for help. They're usually the person who helps others. Queen of Pentacles, right? Queen of Swords, they can speak for themselves. I feel like you're burning a bridge with the devil. It feels like the Sun is here, and it's allowing you to see everything you need to see in order to accept the change. Because change is hard, but I think you will accept the change once you see what's on the other side, which is Empress energy, which is stability. Financial stability after a long time of feeling like you're living on the edge financially. Tell me about the Sun. We've got the 6 of Wands, we've got the Lovers, and we have the Tower. Interesting. So I feel like a choice that you make brings you to victory. That's what the 6 of Wands tells me. It tells me that you've been in a place where you've been probably walking around in the dark. The 6 of Wands is coming back from a hard place, right? You can see this person's in a wheelchair, right? And they've chosen to get victory. It's a choice. So this person has had a hard life. They've had some hard crap happen to them. But this person is going to get victory if they choose it. If you choose it, it will be yours. So when the Tower shows up, I feel like everything shifts because of a choice that you make. So I think that you're willing to grow under the Sun. I think that you see that the Death card is the most viable option for whatever it is that you're going through. Look, you could be ending a relationship, you could be leaving a job, anything could be happening here. But it does feel like whatever happens here, I don't think you have to worry much because you don't need for anything. It feels like you don't really have a need. You have some wants, and you're allowed to have wants. You can want anything you want, right? But I feel like you don't really need anything. We've got the Moon is here, but it is right below the Tower. So it feels like the Tower is here to shift everything, and it feels like things that you were unsure about, you now become sure about. I'm just going to show you how they're laying on the table here. This is how they're laying on the table. Look at that. So the Tower is here because the moon energy is here and making things cloudy and illusionary. But the Empress, this is the Empress. So when everything shifts and you can all of a sudden see what's going on, I think that you will realize that the reason that the Tower shows up is to transform you into this Empress energy, so you then don't have to rely on anyone else. Now you can flip it from I need it to I want it. Tell me about the moon. The moon is the Six of Cups. And the Knight of Swords. Yeah. So it does feel like, I'm going to say that it feels like somebody from, somebody that you've known for a long time. So I'm not going to say when I say somebody from your past, I feel like you know and like this person. This is somebody that you've known for many years. So it's a person that's in your current energy, because the Knight of Swords is here. They are in your current energy. This isn't someone that you've left behind. But it feels like somebody comes to you with some sort of information. They bring you clarity, and I feel like you're going to hear from this person in the next day or two. I feel like it's going to bring some clarity to the moon. Look, the sun and the moon are here side by side. And to me, that's like going from night to day. So something in your life is about to change or transform, and your life is about to go from night to day. It feels like something that you've been worried about making a choice about because you were unsure whether you'd get the victory. It feels like when this person shows up and just throws the information at you, unless you sort it out, we've got the Seven of Cups here. So you do have to make a decision. I feel like we're talking about somebody who you have deepened a bond with. It also feels like, though, that this person is encouraging you to make a decision, or to, I'm going to say, to endure the Tower. They're probably someone who's very highly intelligent. This could be someone who's another Gemini, but somebody who's highly intelligent nonetheless, and somebody who maybe, I feel like you're somebody who is a person who doesn't change your mind unless the right information is presented to you. And so I think that this is where you're at when this person shows up. You're like the Two of Cups here. Should I? Shouldn't I? Should I? Shouldn't I? The Lovers is here, right? And I feel like somebody here brings you some clarity. I think that you're worried that you will, you'll get hurt, or you'll be sad, or something won't work out for you here. I feel like you are interested in deepening a bond with somebody. You might have a deep bond with the person that shows up to give you the information about the situation. But I feel like you are going to endure some sort of a big shift that you're not expecting. We never expect a Tower to show up. But I'm going to say that as soon as you mentally make a decision about something important in your life to change, that's when the Tower shows up. Because the Tower could show up at the end of a cycle as well. It's here to just pull down everything that was an illusion. Get all of the obstacles out of the way. Tell me what the outcome is for Gemini. We've got, the King of Swords is here now. The Nine of Pentacles is here. Oh, all right. So I think that we've got the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. Whatever this person is showing up to tell you is very valuable. It's going to make you feel more confident. It's going to, it might be something that grows your finances, right? You go from the 5 to the 9. Oh, you know what? There's 4 in between. I'm always doing the math, right? So 5 Pentacles is where you start out, and then the 9 Pentacles is here, and between that is 4. You were in a comfort zone. That's what it was. That's why the Tower shows up. I feel like you're supposed to make some sort of a choice or a decision here, and it feels like somebody shows up who you trust. And I'm just saying you trust them because they mirror you, and you mirror them. It feels like this is somebody who's always been honest with you, even to a point where it can be hurtful. But I think that's why you trust them, because I feel like you're that kind of person too, that you value new information, and given new information that you might find truthful or a lie, you'll make your decision based on that. I feel like somebody here shows up with a new way to make money, or a business idea, or says to you, look, you got to get out of your rut. You got to get out of your comfort zone. You got to do something different if you want a different result. And I feel like that person is somebody that you already know. It does feel like if you are the masculine, it's probably a feminine that's showing up. And if you are the feminine, a masculine shows up. But it feels like you will be taught something about yourself either way. And it is going to contribute to your growth. Yeah, your financial growth, the growth of your reputation, the growth of your Confidence. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Tell me what's around the corner. We've got the High Priestess. Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune is here. Look, the Wheel of Fortune's here with the Queen of Pentacles. You're about to make a really big decision, and it's because you've decided to get out of your comfort zone and make the decision. That's why the Tower's here. It causes massive shift or destruction in the midst of everything changing, right? It's destiny. It's supposed to change. I feel like this is a messenger that you may possibly know is on the way. It's almost like you're supposed to make a decision, and it's almost like you don't make the decision because you're hard to change your mind that way. It's hard for you to change your mind until you have better information. If you have other information that proves your hypothesis wrong, you will change your mind. But I feel like the only person you trust to change your mind is the king or the queen, because they're always invested in telling the truth regardless. So the Wheel of Fortune is here. And when the Wheel of Fortune is here with the Queen of Pentacles, you're in a quick growth spurt. So I'm going to say that maybe it's the Nine of Pentacles where we are right now, or you start out the 5, go to the 9. But I feel like the Queen of Pentacles being the pre-Empress energy, it feels like all of a sudden, boom, this is what's going to put you into the Empress energy, because don't forget the Empress is here as well. One more card. Yep. It shows up like a... Yep, that's the Page of Cups. It shows up like a shock or a surprise. You're not expecting it because the Tower's here, right? And so I feel like there's an opportunity coming, either a new job, making money. It's going to change your life. It's going to put you on a completely different path. This is the Judgment card. And it's going to put you on a different path. But it's this person here that you trust that mirrors your energy. This person here is somebody who's showing up to say, hello, are you going to answer it this time? Because I came to you before with this and you just pushed me out of the way and said you didn't have time or money or whatever it was. All right. We've got Taurus energy. We've got Cancer and Pisces. We've got Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, literally, on the table. We have Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. Something is expanding here, my friend. This is the Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarian energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer, more Scorpio. Gemini and Leo. We've got Taurus and Libra, and Scorpio, and more Leo, Virgo, and Pisces as well. It's a big week for you. All right, Cancer. Let's find out what's going on for you, Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the next 7 days, Cancer. What's going on for Cancer in the next 7 days? We begin with the King of Swords in the reverse. What's going on here? Am I in the reverse? No. Deck's not in the reverse. Oh, and then we have the Knight of Swords. Ooh, is there going to be a gum fight? It feels like there's going to be I said gum, G-U-M. Yeah, it feels like there's going to be some words exchanged here. The card I just pulled is the Hierophant. And we've got the Page of Wands. Eeks. Okay. The Page of Wands is unreliable in their energy. You never know what they're going to do, right? Because pages are children. And it is a message. It's a willy-nilly message. I'm just going to say it comes and you don't expect it. It shows up really quickly. It's almost... oh, okay. Charlie is showing me 2 people sitting at the kitchen table having coffee. One's behind the newspaper. And an argument breaks out. We're arguing about something. The King of Swords is in the reverse, and it feels like somebody is going to be really harsh with their words. The Knight of Swords, it's going to provoke somebody to answer back immediately, and a fight breaks out. It feels like this is maybe a commitment. Yeah, feels like maybe you're committed to this person, but the Page of Wands is showing up here. I don't think you expected it from this person, because I feel like... the King of Swords being in the reverse, but also you expect usually that this person is going to look at the situation logically or practically. They don't usually, boom, answer you back. And I think that's what happens here. But look, whoever's the King of Swords, and I don't know who that is, that's Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. And it doesn't have to be a person in those signs. It can be a person who acts in that energy. Remember, I'm an energy reader, right? So it could be someone who acts in that energy. Somebody who's really rude with their words, accusatory, someone who thinks they know more than you, someone who does a little bit of character assassination. That's what the energy is. That's what it feels like. And I feel like you've had enough. I feel like you answer back. So It feels like it could be with someone who you are in a commitment with. It could be the workplace. I'm just saying it could be somebody at the workplace, because the Hierophant is also corporation, right? Institution. Tell me more. Tell me about this King of Swords in the reverse. Oh boy, stars in the reverse as well. We've got the Two of Swords, more swords. What is going on? And we've got the Judgment card. Look, this is going to change things. I'm going to say if you're the person who's easily provoked, or you're the person who's had enough. Like, I feel like you're a person who is just like, I'm over it. I'm over every time you assassinate my character, or you say shit that's out of pocket, or whatever it is. I feel like that the Knight of Swords is the sharp one. It's just going to kick back. But the King of Swords is somebody who's not listening to their intuition. There's somebody who is in an argumentative energy. They are somebody who's going to argue over a commitment of some sort. So it could be arguing with an employer about work, about workload. It feels like, boom, it's like it happens in a second because the Knight of Wands is here. But the Star is in the reverse. It almost feels like somebody here is like, I'm going for broke because I don't have any hope that this is ever getting better. That's what it feels like. The Two of Swords is here. I feel like somebody here has been trying to block this feeling, not think about this feeling, but when the Judgment card shows up, you've got to answer, right? The Judgment card is calling you to make some sort of a change here, and I think that this is a chronic problem, is what it feels like, Cancer. It feels chronic because when the Judgment card shows up, it tells me that this is not the first time that this has happened. It's not the first time that this situation has showed up. The only difference is now you have a bit of shorter patience. You have a shorter fuse, and I feel like you're just going to give a kickback. We've got the Page of Cups, and so it tells me that it's boom, it's on, right? The Page of Cups has come up above the Page of Wands, and so it feels like it's a surprise, but I don't think that you're in a mood. I'm just going to say you're not the one. That on that day, you're not the one, whether you're talking to the King of Swords or not. We've got the Two of Wands here. I almost feel like you have a plan. It's like you were feeling this showing up. So, of course, right, you're Cancer. You had an idea that maybe something like this was going down, or you felt like something was going to go down. It's almost like you have a plan in case this shows up without you knowing about it, and the Page of Cups is a surprise. So the Two of Wands being here tells me that you feel stuck here, but also that you have a plan to deal with it. And what's that? Tell me more. Ooh, there it is. To be very, very honest, truthful, and very pointed. Give somebody clarity. You're going to tune somebody in, is what you're going to do. Look, I'm just looking at this here. We got the Two of Swords, the King of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Five of Swords, or sorry, the Ace of Swords. That's five swords is what that is. And so I feel like it's over some sort of a moral compass or a fundamental difference. So whether that's we're talking about a marriage or a relationship, or someone's not treating you right in the workplace, I feel like you have been planning to say something, and when this person shows up as the King of Swords in the reverse, being rude, being accusatory, saying rude things, I don't think you're in the mood. No. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. Could be workplace, just saying. Could be workplace, but the Three of Pentacles is here. It feels like the person who's coming at you with the rude words is the person who watches you work. Yep. Could be that. Could also be someone who you usually get along with in a network. In the community, could be an argument with your neighbor, because the Hierophant would indicate that you're sturdy, steady, I'm not moving. I'm not moving, so if you want to get along with me in this community, you're going to have to get along with me in this community because I'm not moving anywhere. So I feel like the Three of Pentacles being here says it could be a friend or a friend of a friend, or this could be in a network of people, a group or a community, somebody maybe that you've been in partnership with. Tell me what the outcome is for Cancer. We've got the Nine of Cups, we've got the Queen of Cups, and we've got the Page of Pentacles. So I think that somebody here is expecting you to be kind and compassionate and do all the things that you usually do, and I don't think you're down. No. I don't think I know a Cancer who just wouldn't stand up and say, what did you just say to me? What did you just say? The Nine of Cups is here. And so I feel like you're not doing it for reasons of being angry or pissed off. I feel like you're in a pretty happy mood when all this begins to go down. The Queen of Cups is here. Look, I feel like you're going to try and be as kind and compassionate as you can be, but I feel like it's finally on the table. That's what the Page of Cups is giving me. Oh, sorry, the Page of Pentacles is giving me. It's finally on the table. It's finally been said. It's now in the 3D, and now we're going to have to talk about it. One more card. 10 of Pentacles. It might be an argument over money or property or time or effort, or maybe you've been sick, you come off sick leave. It feels like something like that. You're feeling better now. Tell me what's around the corner for Cancer. We've got the 3 of Swords, we've got the 8 of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. You're not happy with the workplace. You're not happy with how much time, effort, energy, or money you've been putting into the situation, because I don't think you're getting it back. I feel like you're the one doing all the work because the King of Wands is here. I feel like you're the one that's pursuing everything, working really hard. You're the one who's the person who's been doing all the work. And I feel like you're justified by saying what you're going to say. You know, I think that you usually go through life. I've never really met a Cancer. I know lots of them, actually. I've never really met a Cancer who would start the fight, but they're definitely going to finish it. So that's what this feels like. It's like you come in, maybe you're coming off sick leave, or maybe you're sitting at the kitchen table with a spouse or a friend, or somebody is on the other end of the table, and somebody says something, and today is not the day. That's what it feels like. Got the Death card. It might even end a friendship, a love ship. You might walk out of your job. Because the star is in the reverse here, it feels like you have no hope that this person's paying attention to what you're saying. You have no hope it's gonna work itself out. We've got Gemini, might happen in Gemini season, first card out, right? Gemini, we've got Taurus and Aries, Aquarius. We've got Capricorn, Virgo, Leo. We've got Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, and Virgo. We've got Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Virgo, and Pisces, and more Libra with Scorpio on the end of that. All right, something's about to fall to pieces, and I don't think you're starting it, but I think you should finish it. Tell me about Leo. I just did a video over on TikTok, and I was saying that I have a dream team, because with all the shit that's going on in the universe now, with everything going on in the world, I think like the next thing is like the zombie apocalypse, and that I have a team already set up. Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. Maybe Capricorn if they don't argue with our plan. So you're one of the ones I need on my team, Leo. You're scared of nothing. Tell me about Leo in the next 7 days. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. I'm a fire family. Tell me about Leo. All right. Ooh, Hanged Man. What's going on here? We've got the Knight of Wands. Ooh, this feels like Charlie just showed me a slingshot. Pulling back. It's like you're ready to move. You're getting brave. You're like cultivating your braveness, I'm going to say. But the Hanged Man is here, and that's perspective. It's almost like you're in a pause, trying to get perspective about something, because you're about to be brave and push forward on something here. What is this? We've got the Six of Pentacles. I think that you want to speak to someone. I feel like you want to ask someone out for coffee or tea. Maybe a drink, right? But it feels like with the Knight of Wands here, with the Six of Pentacles, it does feel like you require a lot of courage or bravery in order to do this. Tell me what else is going on here. We've got the Devil energy. Okay. Because the Devil here is like over here saying, you shouldn't do that. That's what it feels like. The Devil is more about doubt, about fear. Why are you being so obsessive, Leo? Like that's what the Devil would say to you. Why would you do that? It feels like there's an attachment of fear or doubt to all of this. And I think that's why you need to be in your Knight of Wands energy. And the thing is the Knight of Wands energy is a little bit unstable, but I think that this energy is like your powerful energy. It's like whenever something scares you or you're not sure how it's going to turn out or whatever it is, that's when you throw yourself into this Knight of Wands energy, because sometimes when we get afraid or we're nervous or we don't know if it's going to work out, we just power through it with our ego. And so I'm not saying that you're egoic. I'm saying that sometimes we all got to be in our ego. That's why we should, we can have the ego death, but it should always be riding in the back or shotgun here, because we're going to need it once in a while. Tell me about this Hanged Man energy. Look at the Seven of Cups. I feel like you feel as though The reason you're trying to get perspective here and you're holding back a bit is the Seven of Cups is telling me that it's probably something that's quite emotional for you. Something that you're trying to, I'll just show you the card here. It's like you're trying to make a decision to pick one. And it is, you're like, am I picking the right one? I don't really know. It feels like a bit of illusionary sort of energy. Got the Justice card here. I think you're going to make the right decision. And we've got the Four of Wands. I feel like you want to go to the next level of something here. The Four of Wands is about celebration, right? It's about celebration and stability. And look what showed up next to it here. We've got Libra. And so I feel like there is something here that you want to do the right thing, or you want to restore something. And it feels like you've been thinking about it or trying to get a perspective about it for a while, because the Hanged Man is here. And you've been holding back. There might be silence between you and another person. And it feels like you do want to talk to them, but there is doubt in your head about whether this is going to end up us together happy, celebratory, and stable, or whether this is not going to work out at all. Tell me more about Leo. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. We've got the Ace of Swords. Queen of Swords. You know what that says to me? That says, I already have a plan. I've looked over all of the analytics, Elsie. I know what I'm doing. I've already made the plan. The Ace of Swords tells me I've gotten clarity. And the Queen of the Queen of Swords is here saying, I'm watching. I'm watching and waiting for the right time. But I do have the words. It feels like you are about to go for broke. And it feels like you don't care if it works or if it doesn't. But what you do know is that you need to wrap this up. That's what it feels like. She's sitting on the balloon. It feels like she needs to wrap this up. And I feel like you are looking at the details. I feel like this is something you've been fighting the devil energy. I really do feel like you have doubt or fear that this isn't going to work out. But I feel like you need to say your piece, Ace of Swords. And you need to do that honestly and truthfully. I feel like you're like, this could change everything, or this could throw it straight in the shitter, right? But I feel like it's going to move you forward regardless. But I do feel like this is either a door you need to close, or you need to get resolution from this. And it feels like the Wheel of Fortune is saying, go for it, because now is the time. This is your destiny for everything to expand. And in order for things to expand, you also have to realize that some things have to come to an end, because not everybody can come with you where you're going, right? So the Wheel of Fortune here is destined. I'm going to say everything's moving like clockwork. I feel like you've got the right plan. That's what this is making me feel like here. Tell me what the outcome is for Leo. We've got the Ten of Swords. Yeah, you realize that this partnership could come to an absolute screeching halt. Maybe you're asking for a raise. Maybe this is workplace. Maybe this is friend of a friend. Maybe this is a network of people. But we've got the Ten of Swords here. And you just need to let go of it regardless, because I think it's terrorizing you a little bit. It feels like there's something here that you need to say. You're tuning someone in. You're giving someone clarity. And you just want to talk about it. But it feels like it could end a partnership, right? You could end up releasing some sort of a partnership or a group or a community. But we have the Seven of Swords. I think you're clearing up some lies. Yeah. It feels like you're clearing up something you heard. That's what it feels like. Either someone said something about you. Somebody said, did you hear about what Leo did? And you're like, wait a second, let me go to the source, because I might have a few honest things to say myself. That's what it feels like here. But regardless of what the outcome is here, I feel like you're able to release this. And if you have to release the entire partnership or the network or the community or whatever it is that you're in, you're willing to do that, but you're going to get to the bottom of it. The Seven of Swords is here. You don't like a liar. Tell me what is around the corner for Leo. Good God, what's going on here? Okay. Tell me what's around the corner for Leo. We've got the Queen of Wands, making the bold move. The High Priestess keeps coming out in the outcomes. What is going on here? So when I do the around the corner or the outcomes, it's like every hand so far has had the High Priestess here. It's all about using your intuition. The Queen of Wands is here. What was that? I'm listening. Just hang on. Oh, yes. Pluto's in retrograde. And that is why I think the Hanged Man is here, Charlie was saying, because everything's in a pause at this moment. until things begin to come to the surface. Right now is the pause. So the Queen of Wands is here. I think you are about ready to make a bold move. And I think the Queen of Wands is here with the Knight of Wands. And the Star is here. I think you're hopeful it's going to work out. I think your intuition is telling you to be hopeful that this is actually going to work out and you're not going to have to cut anyone out. Last card out is you, Strength card. So I feel like you're supposed to hold back, because just remember, right, that the energy of the Strength card is courage, but you also have more power with you if you don't pull the sword than if you do, right? The power is in knowing that you have the sword on the hip and you can pull it at any moment, cut anybody into ribbons with your words. But the power is leaving it there and trying to endure it without the harsh words, I'm going to say. So the Strength card tells me that you are holding back for the time being, and I feel like this is somebody you haven't really spoken of or spoken to. And the Knight of Pentacles tells me it's been a long while. Yeah. So it does feel like you're going in confident. I'm just going to say, you're going in confident. Nine of Pentacles is here. And I think everybody's on your side, to be honest. I think that this is something that you just need to clear up, because I feel like somebody's been smack talking you. And I think you need to know what's going on. Got Leo and Aquarius and Pisces and Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarian energy. Everything's about to break open and expand because the Ace of Swords is here, because the truth is coming out. And we have Virgo, we have Aries, we have Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. We have Justice. Sorry, did you hear my brain shut off for a click? Justice, Libra, right? And we've got Aquarian energy here. We've got Capricorn a couple of times. We've got Taurus energy. We've got Gemini energy here. More Pisces and Sagittarian energy. When I see those swords up against the fire, yeah, to me that's going to be a hard conversation. All right, Virgo, let's find out what's going on with you. Virgo, my Earth cousins, how you doing? Let's find out what's going on for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter over the next 7 days. Tell me about Virgo. Virgo, we start out with the Six of Cups. The Emperor is here. And we have the Three of Wands and the Queen of Cups. It does feel like, it feels like there is an Emperor here that you've known for a while. This is somebody who I feel you've grown up with. The Emperor is giving me the energy of father, or somebody who's of influence in your life, somebody that you look up to as a mentor, something like that. I feel like this person is wanting to show up to visit you. The Three of Wands is here with the Emperor. It feels like in the future, what's showing up for you is the Emperor. So either you're meeting someone, if you don't know who I'm talking about, this could be a person of influence that you've never met before. Maybe you've been given a chance to stand in front of somebody that you really admire and ask them questions. The Queen of Cups is here as well. It feels like with the Six of Cups here being the first card out, though, it feels like you either know this person or you've seen them before. It almost feels like they're untouchable. And what I mean by that is that they are somebody, even if you've known them, like in your childhood, they are somebody who you don't usually converse with because maybe life took them on a way different path and they've become the Emperor. They're like ruler of the empire. So they've become very successful, or it feels like you could know them. You don't have to. But with the Six of Cups here, it feels like you have memory of them. So it feels like you have a nostalgia, and it's a good feeling of nostalgia. So I feel like this person is going to show up in your life. It feels like with the Three of Wands that, this person could have opened up your, opened up your way of thinking as well. Tell me about the Six of Cups here. We've got the Temperance card. We've got the Chariot. Yeah. And the Knight of Swords. It's all giving someone coming to visit, or look, if you don't know who I'm talking about, maybe somebody shows up with tickets and says, hey, remember that person that we saw way back there? That person's coming to town. We need to go listen to them speak. Like, it feels like somebody of influence or somebody who is someone that you trust to give you advice. But it feels like they're coming in the future because the Three of Wands is here, right? The ships are coming in. It feels like this person is traveling to your area or to see you, and it feels like you have nostalgia, either of seeing them before. This could be a father. This could be somebody you haven't seen in a while, but maybe it's a father or a mother. Queen of Cups is here. We do have Temperance here with the Chariot and the Knight of Swords, and it all gives me this energy of something is about to show up for you here, because Temperance is that moment of alchemy where we've been going through high highs and low lows, and the Chariot energy is your victory, but it's also discipline. So it almost feels like this person might have taught you how to be disciplined in a time of hardship. When things are high highs, low lows, they've taught you or will teach you how to be a little more even keeled, or to still continue your healing even though you're going through a hard time in your life. The Knight of Swords tells me that you trust this person because they're completely truthful and honest, even though they might hurt feelings. They might say things that are not appropriate. But it feels like this is somebody who is coming in quick because the Chariot and the Knight of Swords are here. So it feels like it won't be very long before you know who I'm talking about, maybe even just a few days. Could be Cancer season as well, because Chariot is Cancer. Cancer season begins in June and goes through to the end of July. We've got the Ace of Swords. It does really feel like there's going to be a conversation. This person is bringing clarity, but please understand that they deliver it in a pretty harsh way, because we're looking at the Knight of Swords. So they're aggressive with their words, but not in a way that they mean terrible things. I think that they do it for clarity's sake. It might be shock and awe, like they might deliver it in a shocking way, because that's kind of the way you get people's attention. Tell me about the Ace of Swords. We've got the Ace of Wands. This is exciting though. 9 of Wands with the Ace of Wands tells me that you're ready to, it feels like you're feeling very burdened about something. It feels like it could be heartbreak, emotional thing possibly. You're ready to make a decision. Yeah, there's 3 swords showing up here. The Page of Swords is here, the Ace of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. So there is about to be some clarity. It does feel like you watch this person from a distance, like you observe them from a distance. So this could be someone that you watch on TV, or somebody who's your favorite speaker, or something like that. But it does feel like that someone has built a whole empire on shock value, on saying things that people don't necessarily like. That's what it feels like. So I feel like this person is showing up at the right time, because the 9 of Wands is here, and I think you're kind of over everybody and everything, feeling a little burnt out mentally. I feel like there is a harsh decision you need to make, because the 2 swords, the Page and the Ace of Swords, are here together. I feel like there's a really hard decision you have to make, and I feel like you value this person's candid way that they say things. They might just say, no, what are you doing? No, of course not. Like, it feels like they're very harsh in their delivery, but I think you really trust them because they're truthful and honest. Tell me what the outcome is, please, for Virgo. This could be a father, right? This could be a father or a mother figure. Somebody who's in their masculine energy, and we all know that women can be in their masculine energy too, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a man. We've got the 7 of Pentacles in the outcome. You're waiting. Yeah, that's what it feels like. We've got the 2 of Swords in the reverse. And we've got the 9 of Pentacles. This person could be someone who's showing up to help you with your finances. Somebody who is helping you get organized with your finances. They could be a money manager, money guru, something like that. But the 7 of Pentacles is here. And it feels like you're a really hard worker, and you're very organized, and you're very intentional about where you put your time. The 2 of Swords is in the reverse. It tells me you're ready. You're ready to make a decision. You've got the answer from your intuition, and you're ready to make the decision finally and go on the path. So the 9 of Pentacles is here, and it might be something financial, or maybe this person is going to talk to you about how to have more presence, or how to build your business, or something like that. So I do feel like this this person who is the Emperor, excuse me, is somebody who is either a father, a grandfather, somebody you trust, somebody that you look up to, a mentor. They could be a mother or a father, but it feels like they are specifically an emperor who's learned a few things, and they're a person of influence, and they influence you. What's around the corner? We've got the 3 of Cups. Yeah, you are going to unite with this person. It feels like you will see them in a social place. And this person, 4 of Wands is next. So it feels like this person is somebody who will say something, or maybe who always says something that helps you make the next level decision. The Four of Cups is here. I think that you've been in a comfort zone and not really moving forward in your life. Maybe you feel a little bit stuck or stagnant. And I feel like this person is the person who's going to tell you, look, you're working too hard. You're putting too many hours in. You're putting too much time, effort, and energy into something when you could be doing another thing. I feel like this person's bringing some sort of a solution. We have the Page of Wands in the reverse. Page of Wands in the reverse is like, I'm not really sure if I should go. I'm not really sure if I'm ready to step forward. I think that you've already made the decision, but I feel like this is, what if they ask me to do something I'm not ready to do? Yeah, you're up in your head. That's why. That's all it is. The Eight of Swords. You're up in your head here, and I feel like you're going to make the right decision based on truthful information because you're very logical, right? Very logical, and nothing gets by you. You're going to figure it out. All right, so we've got Aries a couple of times here. We've got Virgo. We've got Leo and Sagittarius. More Aries energy. I think you're ready to go. I'm going to say I think you're ready to do whatever it is you need to do. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Taurus, Cancer again. Yeah, discipline. Something about discipline. So it could be discipline in money, discipline in your job, discipline in how you spend your time, efforts, or energies. We've got Sagittarius, we've got Virgo energy, and Gemini. All right. It's you, Libra. How you doing, friends? Let's find out what's going on with you, Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Libra. Tell me about Libra for the next 7 days, please. What do we got here? We've got the Devil. What's going on with that? Why is the first card out the Devil? We've got the Magician. Oh. Okay. Oh, Two of Cups is here. What's going on with you? I think we talked about this yesterday. I think I did a monthly reading about something that's going on in May for you. And then we have, oh, the Lovers. What's going on? Look at this. What are you up to? I feel like you found your power. You're up to something here. It feels like it's all you can think about. I think that's why the Devil is the first card out. I think it's all you can think about. I feel like there is somebody that you're interested in. It feels like this is a person that you wish to either deepen the connection with or that you already have deepened a connection with. It feels like this person knows some things about you that possibly you wouldn't tell any other people, or maybe that's what you want to establish. But look, the Magician tells me you're in charge, and I think you found your power, is what it feels like. The Magician energy tells me I have found my power. I know that I am in charge of creating my own reality, and I have all the aces up my sleeve. You have all the resources and the tools that you need in order to move forward here, and it feels like all it's going to take is a choice. And what I mean by that is the other person feels the same. It feels like all you have to do, it's the only thing you have to do, is make a choice. And I feel like this is something that's been on your mind a lot anyway. That's what it feels like. Tell me about the Devil. I feel like you're on a loop thinking about this. You're on a loop over and over and over again. We've got the Nine of Swords. We've got the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse with the Five of Swords. Oh, you know what this feels like? I don't feel like I have enough. I don't feel like I am enough. I don't feel like I make enough money. I don't feel like I'm economically on the same level as this other person. It feels like it's a worry about the Queen of Pentacles being in the reverse. You're checking in on yourself. Am I enough? Do I have enough? Am I stable enough? It feels like that. The Five of Swords is you're just in your head fighting yourself on a daily basis about whether or not this could work. There could be, yeah, it does feel like a lot of doubt. I'm just going to say it is something I feel that might be the first thing on your mind when you wake up, or it is something that you're thinking about over and over again. I don't think that this person is approaching you because the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse is the pre-Empress energy. I feel like you're the one that has to approach. They're waiting for you to approach. But if you don't approach, nothing happens from here. Understand you always have a choice, right? Always. Tell me more. I think this Devil card here is fear, honestly, fear and doubt. We've got the Ten of Cups, but it's in the reverse, friend. And then we have the Five of Wands. What's going on? You're like, but I don't think it's going to work. Yes, what if I'm delusional? Yeah, what if I'm Delulu? Ten of Cups is in the reverse, right? So the Five of Wands is the argument you're having with yourself. You're beating yourself up inside. You're your own worst enemy, my friend. But I've never met a Libra who wouldn't think about it for years before they actually did anything about it. So I feel like you're like, you know what it is? I feel like you've become disillusioned with relationships, disillusioned. It almost feels like somebody's like, I'm probably never going to meet anybody and be happy for the rest of my life. It feels like someone has become disillusioned with the Ten of Cups. And that's why it's in the reverse. It feels like with the Five of Wands, what if I'm putting myself into some sort of competition? What if they're already dating someone? What if they already have their eye on someone else? We got the Ace of Wands. I think you're going to do it though. Yeah. Feels like you are going to step forward here. You could be stepping forward to a Taurus. We also have Gemini here. We have Cancer. We have Aries and Gemini, Capricorn energy here, Aquarius. So it feels like I want to say that you're sort of excited about a commitment or to get a commitment out of somebody. And when I say commitment, the Hierophant is here. I don't mean marriage. I don't mean you go from 0 to 60. That's not what I mean. But I think you're trying to get someone to commit to going out, commit to meeting you somewhere, commit to talking to you. The Two of Cups is the exchange of emotional energy. So you're trying to get someone to possibly commit to doing something exciting. The Ace of Wands is here, committing to a new beginning. I feel like you're actually, once you get face to face with this person, that you're quite confident that you dig in your heels. You're quite confident that something here is going to work. But the Five of Wands is here next to the Ace of Wands, which is the Six of Wands, and that is victory. But it also, I feel like the reason that you're in this loop, like, because that's what the devil is, a loop of, it's never going to work. I don't know why I'm doing this. I feel like the way you get yourself out of the loop is with this Six Wands here. Once you get face to face with this person, I feel like it settles you and you realize that it's probably going to go the way you want it to. What's in the outcome? We've got the Knight of Swords. Oh, and the Eight of Wands. Look, it's saying, get going. Get going. You've got to take your shot. That's what the Eight of Wands is. Go on the adventure. Do it for the adventure and not for the outcome. Because I feel like the Knight of Swords tells me that this person is expecting you to show up. I feel like you are going to do it because knights are brave. And I think you're going to be brave with your words with somebody, Libra. I think we just talked about all of this yesterday. The World card is here. Yeah, I think that you, my friend, will come to a place here where you are hitting a milestone. And I think the milestone is, I'm going to go for it even if I have no confirmation that it's going to work out. Because we learn from taking chances and falling on our nose. That's how we learn. If we knew that everything was going to work out, how boring would that be, right? We would get no lessons. And the point of us being here is to get lessons. So the World card is here. I feel like you're ending a chapter of holding back. It feels like now you're closing the chapter and the Knight of Swords is here. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it and see how that person reacts. We're going to look at what is coming around the corner for you. We've got the Ten of Swords, the Queen of Swords. Jeez. Look, you're like, I know this person's just going to cut me down and say, what do you think? I think that this is something that's just up in your head. The Ten of Swords is here. You think that you're going to have to let it go, that it's going to be a betrayal and it's going to be a big shit show. But I honestly think that this is what you're scared of because the Queen of Swords is the one who's very honest, right? I think that you are approaching someone who's incredibly honest. You know this person will only give you the truth. And although you value the truth because you are a Libra, I feel like, this is Libra energy, right? I feel like you just need to be really honest. Even if it doesn't work out, even if you end up getting hurt, you just need to be really honest about what you want. Go in there confident, friend. Yeah. Go in there, your little weirdo self, and be confident because I feel like, I'm going to say that whether it works out or not, I feel like you're supposed to take the chance. But do your homework, right? We got the Page of Swords. I'm going to say that maybe you've been observing this person, watching them from a distance, maybe online, maybe in the neighborhood, not in a creepy way, right? One more card. There it is, the Fool. Right? So I think you are going to take a leap, friend. I think that's what it is. And I think this is what you're worrying about, the Five of Cups, that you'll regret. You'll regret it if you don't do it. That's what it feels like. And I think I said all that yesterday. I think I'm just repeating all those energies from yesterday. So we've got the Hierophant. We've got Taurus. We've got Leo, Aries, Virgo. We've got Libra, Aquarius. Yeah. Libra and Aquarius. We've got Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. I think you're about to close a chapter. And the chapter I think you're about to close is doing it anyway. Feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Even if you fall on your nose, I think you're going to do it. We've got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We've got Gemini. We've got Sagittarius. Got Cancer. We've got Gemini and Aries. More Gemini energy and some Capricorn with Scorpio. All right. Speaking of Scorpio, how are you, friends? I hope you're well. Let's find out what's going on with you, Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the next 7 days. Tell me about Scorpio. Tell me about Scorpio. We've got the Hermit. We've got the Four of Swords. We've got the Five of Pentacles. I feel like you're in deep spiritual healing right now. The Four of Swords is telling me that you're not really communicating with people you don't have to talk to. So I don't think you're answering all your texts. I don't think you're answering the phone. The Hermit energy is here. You're really going over something inside. You're really looking at the self. I also think that it's a deep spiritual healing. Like it feels like with the Four of Swords and the Hermit energy here, it feels like, you know, we usually go into Hermit energy. We don't plan on it, right? We don't plan on Tuesday at 3 o'clock. We're going to go into Hermit energy. It just naturally happens because I feel like with the Five of Pentacles here, that you feel on the outside looking in or feel rejected by somebody. I feel like you're trying to heal the self because we go to Hermit energy for self-preservation. It's like, wait a second, I got to pull this apart and think about it for a moment before I make any other further moves forward. Yeah, there it is, the Chariot, as I was saying that. So the Chariot tells me, I think that you're trying to discipline the spiritual self. I feel like you're trying to get your balance and be disciplined. I feel like you're struggling with keeping your feelings under the surface. Look, the Chariot is Cancer energy, and Cancer is always under the surface. Unless they really know you and really trust you, they're never really going to let you see what's going on the surface in terms of being emotional. Virgo's pretty stoic too. And so I feel like you have pulled your energy back, or you've pulled away from someone or something. And I think that you're in deep thought or healing, deep spiritual healing about something here. Tell me why the Hermit's here. We've got the Two of Cups. It has to do with something, somebody here that I feel you are bonded to, or you have a special bond with. Could be platonic or romantic. I mean, the Two of Cups isn't always romantic, but it is somebody that I think you've shared something with. You've shared something, you shared details of yourself. The Eight of Pentacles just showed up. So it feels like you shared, you know, deep details of yourself. And, oh, maybe you could be in an emotional hangover. Maybe you feel like you shared too much with somebody. Were too vulnerable with somebody. Yep, and now you're confused about the whole damn thing. I feel like you shared some intimate details, the Eight of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. You shared some intimate details with somebody, and now you're sort of in this place of emotional overwhelm. I do feel like you're having a vulnerability hangover here. Chariot tells me that you do want the victory, and you want it feels like you're like, oh my God, I just really got to discipline my emotions. I don't want to go through that again. It feels like you've shared a bunch of stuff with somebody, but the thing is, the 7 and the 2 are here. That's 9. I feel like you thought that this person was wish fulfillment, or it feels like you were happy to do so, but I think you woke up the next morning and you're like, oh gosh, why did I say that? That's what it feels like. We've got the Sun. You're like, oh God. It's like you wake up the next day after having gone out and done a social thing or something, and the Sun is here. You have this sort of, holy crap, did I do all of that, or did I say all of that? Why did I say that thing? You immediately begin to be overwhelmed emotionally. It does feel like it's all being revealed to you, is what it is. Tell me about the Sun. Look, your reading is just like one step ahead of me. The King of Swords and the Sun tells me that you've revealed something very detailed about yourself. You revealed a detail, some details about yourself that I feel you at the time felt like you should reveal it. I don't think you're a person that usually shares stuff like that, because the King of Swords is here, and the King of Swords will stick to the facts. The King of Swords doesn't get their feelings involved. Stick to the facts, man. I don't think you stuck to the facts. I think you got a little bit emotional, started sharing intimate details, and now you're having a little bit of a, why did I do that for a moment? The King of Wands is here. So in your wisdom, you realize that maybe you revealed too many details about yourself. Maybe it was during a moment of passion. Just saying. The King of Wands is here. I feel like, yeah, it does feel like you said something. Look, when I see Wands and Swords together, especially Kings, it feels like you just said it. Like it was sharp. You just said it. I don't think it was anything that was offensive, but I think it was something that you don't usually reveal about yourself. So I feel like it's now the next day and you're like, oh my God, why did I say that? The Five of Swords is here. You're fighting yourself. Yeah. So it does feel like, I'm just going to say that with the Five of Swords here and the King of Swords here, I feel like you've moved on from the situation. It's like, I don't think you even want to look at this person in the eyes. Look, I don't think it's, I don't really, I feel like this is all you, is what I'm trying to say. I feel as though this person is somebody who really enjoyed you being very honest and truthful and sharing intimate details about yourself. I think you're the one that's freaked out, but I don't think the other person is. I don't see anything here that tells me that somebody here is freaked out. Tell me what the outcome is for Scorpio. We've got the Ten of Wands, so you're carrying this with you. It's a heavy burden that's been created here. Tell me more. Really? Right? The Lovers and the Ten of Wands. I really think you like them. I really think you like them, but I don't think you're interested in oversharing. I feel like you overshared some sort of intimate detail. Maybe something about your job, or it feels like something that had gone on in the 3D. The Lovers is here. I feel like this whole Ten of Wands thing is a choice. You can drop it at any time. The Ten of Wands tells me that you can just release it anytime you want to and take action, because the next after the Ten of Wands is the Ace. When the Ten's here, the Ace is always here. And so I feel like this Lovers here is telling me that you really do have a deep connection with somebody here. But I think that you've moved forward or moved on, or you haven't talked to them. We have the Three of Cups. All right. Now... Come here. I think this is why you shared everything. I think that's why. The Three of Cups is here. I think you had too much to drink. It feels like it was in a social setting and you were having fun. And I feel like you really had eyes for this person. But I feel because the Two of Cups is here that this person also shared with you. And I don't think you feel bad about that. But I feel as though that there is a choice of dropping the burden. And I feel like if you see them again in a social situation, you might just hide your eyes. Like I think that you feel a little bit of embarrassment about what you said, and I think that's why you're holding back. So I honestly don't think that you've talked to this person since that time. I feel like you met this person in a social situation, and I feel like you're carrying it around. I just don't know if I can look at that person after everything we shared. Whatever you shared, emotions, words, whatever it was, passion. We've got the Devil here around the corner. We've got the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. I cannot even tell you, I never get sick of tarot. It's been a long time. I never get sick of tarot. The Four of Cups in the reverse is vulnerability. Look at that. You got it on a loop in your head. I was too vulnerable. I was too vulnerable. I revealed too much. I was too vulnerable. And then we have the Strength card again. And I think that's why you're holding back. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. I do feel, look, the Page of Swords is here too. I think you watch this person. Or maybe you talk to their friends about them. It feels like you have an eye on them, I'm going to say. And I feel like you want to see them face to face again. Maybe you'll see them again in a social situation, but I feel like it's really hard for you once you've shared that much and became that vulnerable, that it's really hard for you to, yeah, the Six of Swords is here. Look, when I was saying that I think that you moved on, it was because the King and the Five was here, right? That's six, and then the Six of Swords shows up here. So it feels like this, Yeah, it feels like you don't usually share this. Seven Swords is here. You usually keep things concealed and under the surface, but I feel like you shared something, maybe in a moment of passion. Possibly the King is here. The King has a controlled burn, right? So that means that you were very careful, but I think that you kind of just let your fire go, and there it is. You just said it. That's what it feels like. But I don't know. If you're going to meet up with this person again in a social situation, you might be like, oh God. Yeah. We've got Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. We've got more Leo. We've got Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. More Leo. It was the fire. That's what it was. We've got Cancer. Got Capricorn, Virgo, more Cancer, Gemini. We've got Sagittarius, Virgo. Yeah, that's why you're all in hermit mode now. That's what it feels like. Got more Cancer energy and some Capricorn. All right. Well, that was fun. Maybe not for you, but it was fun for me to read. Tell me about Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Hi, Sag. How you doing? My fire family. I hope you're well. Tell me about Sag. Next 7 days for Sagittarius. We've got... Are we upside down? Yeah, we are. We've got the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Now, you guys always know that it is what it is, right? Everything in a reading means something. I did notice that the deck was upside down just after I threw this card, but it is what it is. So the Knight of Swords is here, but in the reverse. Let's find out why. Other than me holding the deck upside down. We've got the Moon. Oh. It gives, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say because maybe this was just all an illusion anyway. Tell me more. Not only do you not know what to say, but you don't know what to feel because the Moon is here. We've got the Page of Wands. I just heard Charlie say, should I do it? When I put down the Page of Wands, and the Six of Swords is here. Moving forward into a calmer, from the chaos to the calm. Sagittarius. Well, pages are always curious. And so I feel like this is when the Page of Wands shows up, it's like, should I take a shot? The Page of Wands is very maybe unreliable, I would say, but you never know what the page is going to do. You can't really count on what the page is going to do because the page is going to do what the page is going to do. Just throwing the wand in the air and then just waiting for it to land, and that's where I'm going to go. So I feel like although you're curious, it feels like you don't know what to say because the Moon is here, and the Moon is things that we don't understand or we can't see, or it's an illusion, or I don't know how to feel about that situation. I definitely don't know what to say because I don't know what to feel. But it also feels as though something has stopped because the Knight of Swords is in the reverse, or it could indicate that I don't really have a clear understanding. Moon and the Knight of Swords, right? I don't really have a clear understanding, but I'm curious as to whether somebody has moved on here. Maybe it was a little bit too chaotic. I think that's you. I think you're wondering, is this it? Like, did this person move on? Like, I haven't really heard from them. It's been kind of quiet. Tell me about the Knight of Swords in the reverse. We've got the Star. This is what you're hoping for. You're hoping that we're actually going to take a leap here. Feels like you are hopeful, but you're confused. So the Star, hope, healing, right? And the Fool is a little bit of terrified excitement. It feels like if this person does show up again and wants to have a conversation, I'll talk to them, but I don't really know what to say. I don't really know how to feel because this person's not talking to me. The Seven of Cups is overwhelmed, right? Overwhelmed emotion, but also illusion. So maybe it's illusion that maybe it's something that you're feeling that's not really true. Do you know what I mean? So the Seven of Cups is the overwhelming or illusion, right? Fantasy, illusion kind of energy. And it feels like with the Fool here, you're very hopeful with the Star that somebody here is going to communicate that has gone quiet. And I feel like you don't know how to feel about it. I feel like you're going to get communication though, because the Page of Wands is here. So I feel like this person will communicate with you, but it feels like for now they've fallen off grid is what it feels like here. Tell me more. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the King of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. So I'm going to say that this person is a slow mover. This is a person who is thinking 3 steps ahead of everybody. Now, whereby the air signs will overthink it, Taurus is usually trying to be 1 or 2 steps ahead of everybody. So you can see that person is looking at the obstacle out in the water. So already thinking about organizing their thoughts, figuring out the plan. What am I going to do? How am I going to get past that obstacle there? It feels like you're trying to figure out what your next step is going to be. Do I make the move? Do I make the bold move? Is this person going to move towards me? It feels like you do see the obstacles to this, the obstacles in the distance. I feel that there is an intention. The Seven of Pentacles is here, and although it's waiting for the right time, waiting for the right moment, but it's also throwing seeds of intention, right? Having an intention of where you're going to plant the next seeds. I feel like you want to because the Queen of Wands is here, and that's the bold, independent, I'll do what I want, I'll make a bold step forward. But I think you'll do it in a very organized way. Like the Queen of Wands is brave, right? Doesn't matter if they fall down. They're going to be resilient and get back up again. But the King of Pentacles is thinking out every specific detail. And that's why Taurus won't move forward until they understand exactly what's going on, because I don't want to have to do the cha-cha, right? So the Seven of Pentacles tells me that you're waiting for the right time, or someone else might be waiting for the right time. Look, the Queen of Wands, that could be your energy, right? That is Sag energy. Somebody here is waiting for the right time to be intentional about what comes next. And we have the Seven of Pentacles along with the 1 pentacle that's with the King, and that's 8. That's harvest, right? So somebody may have planted seeds with you along the way, but maybe a while back. And I feel like somebody is going to make a bold move, whether that's you or them. Because, you know, fire is masculine energy. So the masculine is usually the one that is going to pursue. But this is the Queen. So this is a feminine leaning energy. We've got the 5 of Swords. Somebody's fighting themselves. It feels like they have fire. They are attracted to you. But it feels like the 5 of Swords is telling me that they're fighting themselves. So I don't know, Sag, if it's you. There are a couple of signs that sometimes I can't really figure out which side I'm reading from. And I feel like it's you and Cancer. I think that's the 2 signs that are hard for me to sometimes, not all the time, figure out whose side I'm reading from. Because you could be dealing with another fire sign, right? That could be account for the Queen of Wands. And so the feeling that I'm getting is that somebody is about to approach, but this is somebody who is really slow to move. It is somebody who's slow to move because they're usually got this negative thought thing going on in their head. This person doesn't want you to push them away or to be hurt, or to just throw swords down and walk away. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like there is somebody here who is waiting for the right moment. And we don't know when that is because the moon is here. Like, right? Major Arcana. None of your damn business. When it's going to show up, it's going to show up. Tell me what the outcome is. Oh, okay. Judgment's been showing up a lot lately. In this session anyway. So the Judgment card is here. Tell me about Judgment. Oh, the World card. Okay. King of Swords? What? What the F? Yep. Here we go. So I feel like this I'm going to say who's ever I'm reading it from, whether it's your part or theirs, it feels like Judgment is calling someone to make a bold move, which is the Queen of Wands energy. The Judgment card is somebody's about to answer the call because this situation won't leave them alone. Come on, are you going to do it or are you not? Like, I feel like the Judgment card showing up being Major Arcana is like, look, this has come back to your memory for a reason. It's showing up again. It's not letting you go. The only way you're going to be able to close the chapter, the only way that the Major Arcanas are going to let you go is if you close the chapter of the old you and just get out there and say it. The King of Swords is here. So it's time to just be honest and say it. It's time to, take a chance, and if you get hurt, you get hurt. I think that you're just trying to be brave, or somebody is, because the Knight of Wands is here. Somebody is about to be brave, Sag, and it feels like somebody, I'm going to say it feels at this point like somebody is about to approach you and be honest and truthful, and I think you're going to be kind of shocked because they just want to know either way. Are you in or are you out? Because if you're out, that's fine. This will be a lesson for me, right? The King of Swords is a really good teacher. Aquarius is an amazing teacher. And the World card is here. And so I'm just going to say this. And if you decide to ask me to leave, then I'm just going to leave, and we'll leave it there. But the Judgment card is going to keep coming back over and over and over again until somebody figures out what they're doing. Tell me what's around the corner for Sag. We've got Two of Swords. This person's trying to make a decision about something deeply emotional. What? Look at this. Two of Swords, Queen of Cups, and the High Priestess just showed up in the reverse. The secret's coming out. An emotional secret. Someone has deep emotional feelings here, and I feel like they're about to take their shot. Feels like somebody here is about to make a decision, and they're just going to do it. What's that? I just saw somebody at a birthday party playing pin the tail on the donkey. Just gonna put the blindfold on and just like hope I don't pin somebody. So it feels like something is about to be revealed, a secret about to be revealed about feelings, because the Queen of Cups is here. And I think someone is making a decision to reveal feelings. That's what it feels like here. One more card. We got the Five of Pentacles. Somebody's willing to risk it. They're willing to risk being out on the outside looking in, but they don't like being on the outside looking in. They want to put themselves there. If I'm going to be on the outside looking in, I'll put myself there. I'm not going to allow somebody else to do it. But this is really weighing heavy on somebody here. The Ten of Wands is here, and the Four of Pentacles is here. Somebody's been holding back their words. Queen of Swords is here with the Four of Pentacles, holding back their words, holding back what they want to say, and it's really weighing heavy on them. So I feel like there is going to be a victory, but I feel like somebody here just needs to get their shit together and say something. I think that's what you're waiting for. Oh, sorry, I was just looking at the timer. I don't have my glasses on. It said 1:31:31. No, 1:31:13 is what it said. Sorry. We've got the Five of Swords, and we've got Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Virgo, and Pisces, and Taurus, and Pisces, and more Virgo, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We've got Gemini, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Aries, Libra. We've got Aquarius energy. The moon is Pisces, Cancer, and then we've got more Gemini energy. All right. Tell me about Capricorn. Capricorn, I was just talking to Leo earlier, and I said that in a zombie apocalypse, that I have my dream team, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, because they're all badasses, right? And they never give up. But I said we could allow Capricorn as long as they don't argue about the plan. Could use someone to organize us all. I'm just saying. Could use someone to come up with the plan, Capricorn. Let's find out what's going on with Capricorn in the next 7 days. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Cappies. Tell me about Capricorn. Capricorn? Oh, look at you. You start with the Wheel of Fortune. I like that. We've got the Four of Cups. Well, it could be good news or bad news for some of you. I feel like you're coming out of some sort of a comfort zone. I feel like it's time. Everything's about to change and you're about to get out of the stagnant part of your life. So for some of you, maybe that's bad news. But I feel like it's good news for most of you because with the Wheel of Fortune here, it means that things are moving forward in a fortunate way. Things are about to change. Destiny is rolling up on you. And it is time for you to thrive, my friend. But you're also going to have to get out of your comfort zone to do that. The Ace of Swords is here. You're going to get some sort of clarity. When the Ace of Swords shows up with the Wheel of Fortune for me, it's like, it's on. I know it's on. You can feel it. So the Nine of Pentacles is here. Look, when any pentacles show up against the Wheel of Fortune, especially like the 9 or the 10, 7 as well, It does feel like there is going to be some sort of a windfall, or this could be moving forward, expanding your consciousness, expanding your confidence, expanding your reputation. Something is about to change here, and I feel like it could be financial, energy, time, health, money, could be any of those things. But the Nine of Pentacles tells me that you're about to grow in the 3D, time, effort, energy, money, health, whatever it is. And people are going to be shocked, I feel, at how you've grown. We've got the Ace of Swords here. You're going to get some sort of clarity. Something is showing up that's going to be very clear for you. And I think it feels like it's the Wheel of Fortune. You're going to know when it's time to move forward, and you're going to go. Some of you are going to struggle to get out of the comfort zone. We've got the High Priestess. I'm telling you, I don't know, I should go back in this video, but I really think that just about every reading I've done has shown the High Priestess. Might be because Pluto's in reverse. It's time to use your intuition. We've got Three of Wands. And we've got the Four of Wands. So I feel like, yeah, what is showing up for you is your intuition. It feels like your intuition is going to be confirmed whenever this shows up. When it shows up, I feel like it is, I'm looking at the Wheel of Fortune, so it feels like there's expansion, things moving forward. This is your destiny. And it feels like some of you are probably going to buy a house or move to the next level of something. So you could be getting a promotion or a raise. It does feel like your money is about to get better because the Nine of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. And it feels like it comes through conversation, or somebody makes it clear to you that you're the leader, you're on a new project. It feels like you're going to get an answer on something if you put in a resume, that maybe a place that is going to pay more money. I feel like the Three of Wands is telling me ships are coming in, man. And I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is going to make things exponentially better as you go to the next level here. Your intuition is going to be confirmed. I think you know what I'm talking about. We've got the Page of Swords. We've got the Seven of Swords. Yeah, even if you can't see it, I think that you know that something's being concealed from you. Oh, yeah. And the concealment comes to the surface. No more lies. I like that. It's the end of being unsure about whatever's under the surface, about whatever's being said in other rooms about you. It's a time where I feel like whatever you've been thinking is going to be confirmed. The Page of Swords is viewing from a distance, trying to understand it, digging for more information. Yeah, it does feel like a level up, friend. That's what it feels like, a level up somewhere, either money, time, effort, or energy. Maybe you'll have more time. But the World card is here. You're about to accomplish something that not many people accomplish. You're about to get an answer on something that usually is concealed from other people. I think you've been waiting a long time for this, so maybe it's really off the table for you. Maybe you're like, they're never going to answer me. I'm never going to get an answer back. But I think that when you do get an answer back, you're going to see it as an accomplishment or a milestone, because I don't think this thing happens very often. Ah, look at that. Sun is here. Something's about to be revealed to you. And I think what's to be revealed to you is something that you thought was going on, and it's going to be confirmed. So I feel like it is some sort of something that you have been waiting on, studying, looking at, viewing from a distance. You're about to hit a milestone here. Congratulations. That's what it feels like. You're about to get some congrats. Something that was under the surface, you felt it. You knew it here. So I think you're going to celebrate. I think this is a really happy time is what it feels like, Capricorn. Tell me what the outcome is. We've got the Seven of Cups in the reverse. They pick you. Seven of Cups for me in the upright is confusion. I'm not sure. I got to pick a cup, and I'm not really sure which one to pick. But when the Seven of Cups comes up in the reverse, for me, it is I pick you. And the Six of Swords is here. No more chaos in your life. Once you figure out that they've picked you, you get to move forward out of the chaos and into the calm. And they're investing. You're going to be making more money, friend. That's what it feels like. Somebody picks your resume. You're going to the next level. The Four of Wands is here. Next level for me is celebration, stability. The Three of Wands tells me it could be coming in the next 1 to 3 weeks, and your intuition is already telling you that it's yours, but I don't think you're listening. I think that you're like feeling like no, it's not going to be mine. So I feel like it is going to be yours, and I think you get notified verbally, I'm going to say. Around the corner for you is the Page of Pentacles. We've got, oh, look at that. Now we have the Hanged Man in reverse. Ta-da! Yeah, that's what it's giving me. And we've got the Two of Cups in the reverse. It makes me feel like you had already forgotten about it, or you're like, they're never going to pick me. They haven't even talked to me. We haven't had any communication. I don't know if this is a job or if this is a relationship, but the Page of Pentacles is here. You're going to get an offer of some sort. We do have the Seven of Pentacles here. You have waited a long time for this, and just when you're ready to give up, Nine of Wands, just as you're ready to give up on this emotional thing, it comes through. Somebody's been keeping it silent from you. All right, all right. All right, so we have Virgo energy. We've got Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. We've got more Leo, Gemini. We've got Virgo, Taurus, Cancer, Pisces, Gemini, and more Pisces energy. We've got more Cancer energy, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarian energy, and more Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer as well. All right, all right. Something cool is coming up for you. All right, Aquarius. Let's find out what's going on with you. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter for my smarty pantses. I say that with love. Most of my important lessons in life have come from Aquariuses. Let's find out what's going on for you, Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter in the next 7 days. Tell me about Aquas. Tell me about Aquarius. Oh, what's this? That is your energy, but it's the Seven of Swords. What's going on here? Tell me about the Seven of Swords. We've got the Three of Pentacles. What is this? We've got the Devil. Aquarius, we've got the Star. Aquarius, I think that you have been hopeful that something here has been growing while your eyes have been off of it. We've got the Three of Pentacles. That's organization. That is cooperation, collaboration. It's also the building of something, getting organized and building something. It does feel like there is something here. I feel like you've been hoping on a loop. Although I feel like your intuition is making you feel, worried, feeling like it's not going to work out for you. And it's only because you haven't heard anything. The Seven of Swords is here. I think you're used to being lied to, used to being cheated on, used to people being just not very honest with you. And the Three of Pentacles tells me there's something building that you don't see. Feels like there is something here that is building slowly, organizing in the background. It's concealed from you, and I feel like you don't see it yet. The Star tells me that I feel like your doubt will dissipate. Your fear and your doubt will dissipate because the Star is here. I feel like you'll be healed from thinking, doubting. Yeah, it feels like you're worried about something that's taking too long here. I've got the Knight of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, and the Moon. Something here has been taking a really long time. And I think that you're worried about the time that it's taking. The Moon is here, and the Moon is things that are unsure. It's illusion. Maybe you feel like, no, it's never going to happen that way. Because it's being concealed from you, but you feel it. I feel like I'm talking to somebody who has a lot of psychic energy. The Moon is here, but the Seven of Swords is here. Oh, look, High Priestess has come out in every read. And so it's your intuition on high. That's what it feels like. Your intuition is on high. I also see this as a very spiritual card as well, intuitively spiritual. It does feel like that there is something that just because you can't see it, it doesn't mean you can't feel it. It's being concealed from you. It could be a job. It could be something going on in the community. It feels like cooperation, collaboration. So it doesn't feel bad. It feels like a partnership is about to show up. Tell me more. High Priestess came back out again. Now the King of Swords. That's you. King of Swords. Oh, and you're curious. You know what it feels like? This King of Swords and the High Priestess. Somebody here is a Pisces, Aquarius cusp. That's what it feels like. Those are the psychic ones, right? And Aquarius usually has an intuition of some sort, like a really strong intuition. But you that are on the cusp are like, yeah, crazy psychic. It does feel like your intuition is pinging you. I feel like you are taking this too literally. I'm going to say that you are trying to say, no, I don't have the details. It's still it's like you're in a I don't believe it, so I don't see it sort of energy. But it feels like it's something exciting. Let's find out what this page is about. You're very curious. So it almost feels as though, for those of you who do have the psychic energy, you know what I'm talking about. And what I'll say right now is sometimes you'll just sit there and say, what is that? Why am I feeling that? I feel like that's what's going on here. You're like, why am I feeling that? I can't see it. I have no proof of it. And why do I know it? And if you do, it's because you have the knowing of a Pisces. That's what it feels like. So it feels like you're curious. You don't have any details, but your intuition is pinging you saying, you're right. Even though you can't see it, things are not as they seem because the moon is here. Got the Three of Cups. You're getting an invitation. It feels like you're getting an invitation or there's going to be something to celebrate. The Page of Wands being here is unpredictable. And so I feel like you're not expecting it, but the page is also communication, right? You could be getting some sort of a text and the Three of Cups is, come out with us. So it does feel like your intuition is telling you that you are about to get an invitation. It feels like you haven't talked with this person or been with this group of people or this network of people. You haven't seen them for a long time, but all of a sudden your intuition or in your mind, you can't stop thinking about them. And you don't know why. It's because you're psychic energy. I feel like you're getting some sort of information. Tell me about the page. It's going to be something that's a bit exciting. The Page of Coins is here. It could be an offer of some kind. It could be financial, time, effort, energy, money. Can you come spend time with us? See us face to face. We've got the Six of Cups and the King of Wands. So this might be someone that you've known from the past. And we've got the King of Wands here. This person, I feel, is excited to see you. It feels like this might be somebody who you knew when they were younger and now they've grown up. We've got the Page and the King. This could be your father. This could be your mother. You could be their child, or it could be your child. Yeah, it feels like somebody wants to have a reunion with you is what it feels like. I was going to do this. It feels like they want to have a reunion, talk to you, celebrate. Maybe they want to tell you something good. Tell me about the outcome. Queen of Cups. The Ace of Pentacles. And the Hermit energy. Somebody here has been very quiet. I don't know if it's you or them. It feels like somebody here has been very quiet. It could be a Virgo. It could be a Taurus. Could be a Capricorn. Maybe a Scorpio, Pisces, or a Cancer. And it feels like this Queen of Cups tells me it's deeply emotional. Someone wants to make a deeply emotional invitation. They want to give you a deeply emotional offer of some sort. And I don't know, you don't really like to be put on the spot, but the Hermit energy tells me somebody here has been very quiet with you. Very quiet. But I think they want to try again or start again. It's emotional investment. Somebody's going to be telling you that they're emotionally invested in you. Could be platonic or romantic. Take it as you need to. We've got the, what's going around? Oh, geez. Around the corner. Oh, boy. Yikes. Okay. Got the Tower, the Two of Wands, and the Page of Cups. This person's either going to apologize for being quiet with you, but I think this has been the plan all along. It feels like somebody has planned to communicate with you, or maybe just do the pop up on you. Maybe they know you're going to be somewhere social. with some friends, and it feels like the Tower is going to shift everything. You're not expecting it. It's going to be a surprise. It's going to be a surprise on your end. You're going to see this person. You haven't seen them in a while. But the Two of Wands tells me they planned it that way. Yeah, maybe it's you. You're kind of a sniper. Just saying. One more card. We've got the Six of Wands, because they think that that's the only way they're going to get the victory. Yeah, is by seeing you face to face. Showing up and being in your face is the only way they're going to get the victory with you. Otherwise, you're not going to talk. You're not going to answer the text. That's what it feels like. So somebody here is feeling very overwhelmed, and they're going to try and speak their way through it. It feels like they've waited until they're in a better place, like Three of Swords is in the reverse. It feels like somebody has been waiting to maybe heal their finances, and what they have to say to you has been waiting on them. Like it's been heavily weighted on them. So it feels like they're going to use the conversation to cut through all of the illusion. You're going to get the answer to something that you've been hoping to get the answer for. Somebody's going to be truthful with you, but they think that the only way that they can do this is by showing up where you are. And I think they're going to get that information from somebody that you know. We've got Cancer and Pisces. We've got Gemini, Leo. Got more Cancer energy. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. We've got Scorpio and Virgo. We've got Aries. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Pisces. Capricorn, Aquarius again, Virgo, and more Capricorn. We've got Libra on the bottom of the deck. Somebody wants to even the score. All right, my water family, how are you? My two fishes friends, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Let's find out what's going on for you in the next 7 days, Pisces. Just saw the Wheel of Fortune. See if it comes out. Tell me about Pisces. Oh, here comes the sun. Do-do-do-do. The sun is here. It's a breakthrough. Something being revealed. It's happy energy. We've got the Two of Wands. A plan is being revealed. Somebody who's been making a plan. Some sort of plan is revealed. Justice is here. Is it a Libra? Maybe it's a Leo. It could be an Aries as well. It does feel like somebody wants to make something right. They want to restore balance. They want to restore justice. Oh, and I just said, I wonder if it'll come out. There's the wheel. Yeah. Pisces, I think if this is your reading, it's going to be a wild 7 days. That's what it feels like. I'm going to say you're about to get justice from someone who I feel like you never thought you would get justice from. But I'm going to say that this person has not forgotten about you. If it's been quiet, they're about to reveal their plan. I feel like they've been planning to come forward and speak with you because they want to do the right thing. This is someone with integrity and honesty. I feel like everything is about to shove forward, like push forward because the Wheel of Fortune is here, but it's expansion and change. It feels like somebody has decided to reveal something to you because they want to change. This is somebody who I feel usually makes a plan in their head and stays with the plan in their head. Tell me what's being revealed. The sun is here. We've got the Emperor. Somebody's stepping up. We've got the King of Wands. And we've got the King of Pentacles. So there is somebody here who has decided that they need to step up. This person has a lot of wisdom. We are looking at the Emperor, who is all the kings, and then we're looking at the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands. This person wants to pursue you. And I feel that they also are ready to settle down. Like it feels like they've thought about it, and I feel like that they're ready to settle down. This person's been planning this, behind the scenes. And I think it feels good to them. Like justice is restorative. It's harmony. I feel like they feel that you give them harmony. Like they feel good and grounded around you because the King of Pentacles is here. But it feels like somebody is about to do something out of the ordinary. It's like this person doesn't usually make a move like this. You know, the Emperor is somebody who has a lot on their shoulders. They could be someone who has a lot of responsibility. They run the entire empire. They could have a business. But also the Emperor is somebody who never puts the whole empire at risk. So somebody here is making a decision about you, because the Emperor never takes a chance. Like the Emperor, you're never going to find, I always say this, fight me in the comments, but you're never going to find an Emperor on the apps. You're not. The Emperor doesn't have time to be this way, that way, swiping back and forth and hoping it's going to work. The Emperor doesn't do that. The Emperor doesn't hope it's going to work. The Emperor decides. And the Emperor decides from watching from a distance. This person is watching your actions and who you are and how you move. I feel like something here is coming together. It does feel like, I'm going to say that you have probably forced someone to step into their Emperor energy. And the only time that happens, Pisces, is when we're dealing with an Empress, because the Empress is not going to chase, and the Emperor doesn't want to be chased. We've got the Six of Cups. We've got the Fool. We've got the Nine of Wands. They are this close away from taking a leap of faith. Yeah. The Six of Cups is here. You really had an effect on this person. I feel like they have good memories of you. It doesn't really feel like this is like way back there. It feels quite recent, actually. But the Nine of Wands is here. So I feel like they're this close from dropping a burden and taking a leap of faith. The Fool is here. I like this Fool because it's a little bit terrifying, but we know that the Fool is a new beginning. It's a little bit ominous. You can see there's like this big gully here, and this person is like sizing up the crack here, or like sizing up this separation of earth, and they're like, can I make it to the other side? Like can I do it without being hurt? And so I feel the Fool is next to the Six of Cups. And so this person has good memories of you, nostalgia. It's like we've spent some time together. We've showed each other emotions. It doesn't feel like it's a person from back there. It feels like it's a person that you know currently. We have the Three of Swords. So the only thing holding this person back is they think that you might break their heart. The Three of Swords has shown up here. What if I take a leap and I just get skewed by one of these swords? I think that's what's holding them back. But listen, all we need to see is the Ace of Wands before this person takes a leap. And I'm just saying, the King has one in hand. So I feel like this person wants to drop a burden. They're making a decision, a solid decision, because the King of Pentacles is here. And I feel like it's through some sort of a breakthrough or a realization. I think the realization is the Emperor realizes that if I want this, I've got to pursue it. And I do want to pursue it because I'm attracted, King of Wands, and I do want to settle down. This person makes me feel settled. They make me feel like a king. They make me feel like an emperor. So that's what it feels like here. Tell me what the outcome is for Pisces. We've got, there it is, friends. Page of Wands. Yeah. We just needed one Ace of Wands, right? Like we had one on the table already, but the 9 is here, and then the Page shows up, and the Page is unreliable in their movements, right? The Page is someone who is just going to go, I'm just going to do it. Yeah, I'm just going to do it. So although there is a plan here that I think is going to come up in the future, because the Three of Wands is here, I think that this person has been planning it, but I think that this is, why can't I ever remember that word? It is not something you can count on. That this person is not planning when they're going to do it. They're just going to do it. We've got the Four of Wands in the reverse. Oh, okay. So it feels like this person doesn't usually do this. Like I said before, it feels like it's something outside of their comfort zone. But it also feels like this person is worried that you'll break their heart because the Four of Wands is in the reverse. It feels like they've been divorced, or they're separated, not yet divorced, or their family home is no longer. Do you know what I mean? Like it feels like they're taking a shot because they're curious. The Page of Wands is here. unreliable is the Page of Wands, is somebody who you can't count on to make a decision and stay with the decision. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. So this person feels they know your worth. They also feel that you are somebody who is grounded, solid, somebody who is very independent. I think that they know you don't need them financially. You don't need them in terms of, you know, cost of living. They know that you're a person who takes care of yourself, essentially. We do have the Two of Swords. They're about ready to make a decision. Judgment is here. Yeah, it's going to change everything here. So Judgment is here. And it feels like they haven't yet decided. Page of Swords is in the reverse. Magician is here, though. They know it's up to them to create their own reality. And if they want it, they got to go get it, because that's the Emperor energy. Judgment is here when they do decide, and they will, because the Two of Swords is here. Right now, I think they feel a little blocked. They're not really listening. The universe is like knocking them on the head. Hello, go, go. What are you doing? But I feel like they're stuck at the Two of Swords here. Somebody's feeling blocked from listening to the universe. I feel like this keeps coming back. It's not going away. I feel like they're trying to forget you. It feels like, no, maybe I shouldn't do that. It feels like it keeps coming back, showing up, showing up. So I feel like the Judgment card is like, are you ready yet? Are you ready to make the decision? Page of Swords in the reverse tells me they're still undecided. They don't have enough information. And that's totally an Emperor thing. It's also the King of Pentacles thing. I need more data. So this person, I feel, needs more data before they decide to create the reality with you. The thing is that the Emperor isn't a dater. The Emperor isn't the one who is going to date here and there. If they date you once, it's because they see the potential in you being long-term, which is the King of Pentacles. They see you as a potential of being long-term. The Hierophant is here. And the Knight of Swords. So yeah, you're not going to expect when they show up, but I feel like they see you as the Ten of Cups, my friends. So I feel like you are going to hear from somebody. Oh, wait, we should see what's around the corner, shouldn't we? Let's do that. Around the corner, oh, now we have the King of Cups. Could be dealing with a Scorpio. Could be dealing with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. We've got Sagittarius here, and the Eight of Cups. So this person's coming to see you once Temperance hits. And so when things finally come into this moment of alchemy, that's why the Knight of Wands is, or the Page of Wands is here, because it's to be determined. I think when they feel it, when everything comes to a place where this moment of alchemy shows up and I feel balanced and healed enough to do it, I feel like this person is someone who's been very stoic with you. They've just not shown their feelings on the surface. Eight of Cups is here. That's when I'm going to go. Last card, Eight of Pentacles. They want to work on it, friend. Yeah, they've looked over every single detail. The Emperor cannot afford to do anything less than that because they have a lot to risk, right? They can't just give up their entire empire to someone that they don't know. They have to do all the research, the background checks, all the things. They have to be really sure to make a decision. All right. Bottom of the deck, we have Page of Cups. It's going to be a surprise, friend. It is going to be a surprise. You are not going to expect it. We have, all the kings here, right? Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. We've got Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We've got more Aries. We've got Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. That's the Wheel of Fortune. Something's about to change in terms of stability. And we have somebody here who I feel you ground them. Queen of Cups grounds everybody around her, right? She's the pre-Empress energy. So I think that the Emperor sees you as the Empress. They definitely see your worth. And I feel like this person is somebody who's going to take a chance, going to take a shot. Page of Wands is here, even though it could end up topsy-turvy. The Four of Wands is in the reverse. They're not sure if this is going to go to the next level, but they definitely know that they're curious enough, Page of Wands, to give it a shot. All right. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. I still haven't got a remote control for my camera. So I'm just going to do this. Bye.